We're going to move now from the World Cup to another much smaller event taking place shortly, but it does raise the important question of brand exposure and this notion that we have chatted about before called experiential marketing. The event I'm referring to is called the Baby Expo, and we're in conversation now with Projeni, who is the MD of Exposure Marketing and Communication. Projeni, welcome and thank you very much for joining us. I guess there's a need now for brand experience more than ever before, given how tight the economy is.
Absolutely. There's a need to interact with the market on a one-to-one level. You know, previously everybody spent lots of money on above-the-line marketing, and now there's come to an understanding that people want to be dealt with on a one-to-one level. They want to be touched and felt. They want to the brand needs to make an impact on that individual. You know, you can't just leave it to a one-sensory or two-sensory medium, which is why exhibitions have started to play such a key role in a brand communication.
Do brands need convincing of this, or do you get the sense that they're starting to understand this tactile notion that you refer to?
Well, initially when I started my company 5 years ago, I must admit that it was a hard sell, especially in our industry, in the baby and parenting industry. There'd never been a platform of this nature. So people spent a lot of money on print and television and radio. So now all of a sudden there was a platform, and especially in our industry where we're dealing with people such as mothers and fathers who want to know that I am buying the best or making the best decision for my family. All of a sudden I need a little bit more convincing than just hearing it over the radio or reading it in print. All of a sudden I want somebody to convince me, do a lot more convincing to say this is why it is so important, so that I can have my questions answered. You know, if I have any objections, if I want to compare brands, I can do it at that level.
So what are mums and dads actually experiencing at this expo?
Well, a lot. Firstly, information is key for this industry in terms of parenting, because we are bombarded on a daily basis with more and more products to make our lives more convenient. But in so doing, it makes the decision a lot more difficult. When I had my first child, I must admit there was a lot out there, and if I went last year to look at the shelves to see what would I buy if I was pregnant now, gosh, the decision is so much heavier. So parents want information. They don't want to just buy a product. They want to know why, the reason behind it, how did it all start, and how is it going to benefit my family as a whole. You know, it's not just that it's got a beautiful feature, that it's got a clip-on pram type of situation where I can do this with one hand. You know, how is it going to make my life better, and how is it going to benefit my child?
You used the word bombard, and I think that is important. How do exhibitors stand out then among all the noise that you would create at an expo like that?
Yes, that is a very tricky situation, and which is why on a yearly basis we run workshops for our exhibitors at our briefings to help them, obviously, because some of them haven't done this before. It's very important that you understand what your objectives are when you're going onto an exhibition. You know, it's not just about making a sale, because a lot of brands are not out there to make immediate sales. You can track sales up to 12 months after an exhibition. So understanding what your objectives are when you're going onto an exhibition is very important. And that,
if it's not about making sales, what is it? Just a brand build?
It's a brand build. You know, when a parent goes to an exhibition, a baby exhibition, I want to see new products, but at the same time I want to see brands that I have seen before, that I've used, to know that they still support me. You know, I want to be able to tell my friends that I'm walking with, those are the best nappies to use. They worked for me. Look, and they're here, and they will help you through this entire part of your life. I want them to know that I have supported the best brands, and they will in turn support me. So, you know, you can't sit on a high horse thinking, I have 99% market share. I don't need to expose myself to these people. You know, that's when you start losing footing in this market.
Let me say one thing to you. I'm glad I'm out the nappy phase. My kids are long gone. But good luck with the expo. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me give you some details. The Baby Expo will be in Johannesburg from 14 to 17 May, in Durban from the 28th to the 30th of August, and then in Cape Town from the 30th of October until the 1st of November.